this version of the white seats, if you were to get white seats on the Model 3, you would get perforations, and that makes a massive difference. You have that just slight air pass through, and then if you really need it, you can crank that ventilation through there and really keep your back nice and cool. But again, that'll change next year. And obviously you'll get ambient lighting next year too, and I'm really looking forward to them taking the Model Y to the next level and making it like the must-get SUV in the electric space. Really space, not just the electric space, the SUV space, period. This next Model Y with all of these, Model 3 updates kind of trickling over, it's going to be killer. But as far as front seat volume, it feels pretty similar to my Model 3 outside of the entry and exit. It feels a lot easier than having to crouch down and get into a sedan, but that's completely personal preference. If you prefer the sedan feel, you're going to love the Model 3. I'm used to an SUV, so this entry and exit feels a little bit more natural to me. So I mentioned the premium feel of the updated Model 3. Well, over here on the Model Y, if you kind of push on the headliner, it's a little bit like plasticky. Like it feels like they just kind of glued this fabric piece onto plastic. Whereas over on the Model 3, while it doesn't feel like luxurious necessarily, it doesn't have this creaky plastic feel, and if you push on it, your finger kind of depresses into the material. It's got a little bit of a squish to it, whereas this has no squish. I do love the continuous glass though, not having that separate bar down the center. I think that's a nice touch that the Model Y has over the Model 3. And one more note about the stocks is obviously you don't have auto shift, although Tesla has mentioned that they might bring auto shift to vehicles that do have stocks. So I hope they do that for my uncle's sake.
前方1公里处向右变换车道。
So used to just getting in, tapping my foot on the brake, and just driving or reversing whatever I need, and not having to actually click a stock or having to swipe on the screen. Really just don't have to do that at all. Auto shift works really, really well. I'd say like 95% of the time. Now here in the back, you can definitely tell the difference in passenger volume. I mean, it's kind of funny though. You sit really low down.
请靠右方行驶。
The driver's seat is right in front of your face here. You can't see like over their head or anything like that. Even the driver's seat pretty far back here, you still get 3-4 inches of leg room, good headroom. Right up against the glass here, it makes it feel really bright and airy, and you get decent shoulder room as well. Not the best, but it's decent for this size. But I mean, this floor space is just way better than it is over on the 3. You just feel less, constricted. And you get an armrest here with some cup holders, and then you can use this button back here and lean these seats back a little bit if you want even more of a comfortable seating position. You've got vents back here, 2 USB-C ports, but obviously you don't have the screen back here that you have over on the 3 that lets you control like the passenger seat.
「现在靠右方行驶。」前方1公里处向左变。